Thank you for joining this lesson. We're going to discuss logarithms. In number 2, solve for x in the equation. The logarithm to base 8 of 6 minus 2x minus the logarithm to base 8 of x minus 2 equals to negative a third. Remember to subscribe to this channel and to also share the link with friends. What we're going to do is that we're going to employ a few laws of logarithms which are going to help us navigate through this problem. All right, it's very good to know that there is a law of logarithm which says that when we have the logarithm of a certain number to the same base, its value is equivalent to 1. When we try to examine the nature of equation that we have, you discover that the general base that has been used here is base 8. And this can imply that the logarithm of 8 to base 8 as a value equivalent to 1, and so can be introduced at the far end. So the logarithm to base 8 of 6 minus 2x minus the logarithm to base 8 of x minus 2 equivalent to negative a third. Then we introduce the logarithm of 8 to base 8 whose value does not affect the value or the general value and meaning of the first equation. All right, we can bring in another law of logarithms, which will help us handle the number here, which is behind the logarithm. And we know that when we have n, then the logarithm of a given number, this can be handled as the log of a raised to n. This said, it means power a third can be dealt with now, in which case we will say the logarithm to base 8, 6 minus 2x minus the logarithm to base 8 x minus 2. This is equivalent to the log to base 8. And now this 8 is raised to negative a third. Raised to negative a third. We can proceed and work out first of all the value of 8 power a third. When we have 8 power negative a third, we can apply the negative law of indices, which says when the index is negative, we can take the reciprocal of this number, then the power now becomes a third. We just take the reciprocal of the number and the power becomes positive. So this is to mean now when we have a eighth raised to 1 over 3, we need to apply again the fractional law of indices, which will help us to take the third root over 8th, then we raise to power 1, and that will give us a half raised to power 1, which makes it remain half. Therefore, if the value of this part has been sorted, now we know that the value of this is half. And something else we should know is that the law of logarithms, which says in case there is a log of a minus a log of b, and the base in these logarithms is the same, then we can simply have a divided by b when the logs have been subtracted. So it means we can take the log to base 8 of 6 minus 2x divided by x minus 2. This is equal to the log to base 8 of half. The log of half to base 8, because we have already solved the value of this. Now at that point, you can allow me drop the logarithms and equate the right hand side to the left hand side. 6 minus 2x divided by x minus 2. This is equivalent to half. So we can cross multiply, remaining with 6 minus 2x. This is equal to, when half multiplies everything, we shall have half x minus 1. Yes. So at that point now, we can have negative 1 coming to this side, such that we have positive 7. Then on the other side, because we have half x, we take negative 2 there to be 2 and half x. And with this, we can now talk about the exact value of x now becoming, the exact value of x is going to be, when we take 7 divided by 2.5, this becomes 2.8. So x equals to 2.8.